Nice. Okay. Live on Facebook. So we are really excited today to be speaking to Sister Saleemah Jones, and I know her parents. Sorry, that's not a part of the script, but I do. She's sitting here. Her mom reincarnated, Sister Majida, and Brother Yaya is her dad. He's there too, a little bit. But it's just so cool to finally see you because we've been on the phone.
Yes.
And we've been in email and like, wow, I mean, there you are. It's so wonderful. And you just like writing plays and putting on showcases of African American stories and art, through spoken word and things like that. And you've got a program coming up through your business. Put your play on, and it's coming up on the 25th at the theater at Odell Johnson Theater at Laney College, and there are two performances. I think what was it, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock?
3 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, I'm not reading y'all, obviously.
That's okay.
And so how do people get tickets?
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having me on the show. I definitely appreciate it. And it is great to see you as well. Like you said, we've been talking and communicating via virtually on email and phone, but now we have a chance to meet face to face and make that awesome connection. Yes, I have Put Your Play On Productions. It is a nonprofit 501c3 theater company, and we aim and strive to be a positive force in edutainment, education, as well as entertainment. So what we try to do is put on theme shows that affect the community, like AIDS and HIV, living with it, contracting with it, domestic violence, community advocacy, child advocacy, colorism, things of that nature, where we want to have you think, but we also want to entertain you. And with that, we have our 3rd annual Black Centric Showcase coming up on February the 25th. We do have 2 shows, a 3 p.m. and a 7 p.m. At Laney College, Odell Johnson Theater, located at 900 Fallon Street. And people can get tickets on our website, puturplayon.com/productions. And if you cannot make it in person, don't worry, we got you. We are also streaming live. So definitely want people to come out to our 3rd annual Black Centric Showcase. And just to give you like a slight background on the Black Centric Showcase, how it came about and what it is. It started in the height of the pandemic when people were not going to theaters. Of course, theaters were not open. That was the last thing that was going to probably be open, where people would be indoor and you have lots of people in a particular space. Well, my assistant director, Angel Galloway, came up with the awesome idea to have a Black-centric showcase. We wanted to be a platform where people are heard, where we can uplift people and empower people and have them share their stories and share their voices, because their voices were definitely not being heard at that particular time. So we showcase talent from across the country. We would have people come in from Illinois, from Maryland, from New York, different parts of Brooklyn, Texas, just all over the world, because it was virtually. So we could have anybody from anywhere to come on in and perform, and we would do it live on Zoom. And it was great for 2 years. Now for our 3rd annual Black Centric Showcase, we are bringing it to the stage. So people will not only get the showcase of having awesome Black talent from the Bay Area doing skits, monologues, dance, dramatic readings. We have an ode to August Wilson as well, and a couple other different performers. They also get to see unapologetically Black here for facilitating harm reduction services for those in need incorporated, written by Itoro Bassi. She is a Nigerian woman. She's a woman from Nigeria, phenomenal writer, phenomenal person, and she has written Unapologetically Black, here for facilitating harm reduction services for those in need incorporated, and we are directing and producing it in the States.
Oh my goodness, it just sounds wonderful. So for those who are not able to be at the theater, is it going to be streamed right then, or is it?
It will be streamed live right then and there. So you will see it as we see it. You will hear it as we hear it. You will get the oops, outs, and bumps as we get the oops, outs, and bumps as well. So yes, it is 100% going to be live streamed. And you can get those tickets as well at on our website, PUTURPLAYON.com/productions.
Awesome. Well, again, in our pre-show conversations, and I want to thank my friend Kevin Leela Grown, who is a playwright, and your company Put Your Play On was going to produce his play, The Legend of Pink, which is set in Oakland, and it's a great story. And so Kevin kept on saying, you need to meet my friend Wanda. And he would tell me, you need to meet Saleemah. She's got this great company. And I remember, I think seems like 2 years ago you were going to do the play, or 3 years ago, before the pandemic, or maybe.
No, actually, it was going to be last year. We were going to play. Yeah, we were going to do the play last year. And for whatever odd reason, we couldn't get it casted. So I want people to listen. We couldn't get it casted last year, but we have all hopes and intentions, inshallah, to go ahead and put that play on this fall. So I want folks to know that they can go to putyourplayon.com for any upcoming casting calls. If you have any aspirations on being an actor, you want to see what life is all about, even working behind the scenes, we're always looking for help. We're always looking for talent. So we have all aspirations to put The Legend of Pink on this fall.
Right. Yeah, that's a great play.
Yeah.
I really love it. It's really good. I'm so happy when he mentioned that, your company was going to, do it. I thought, oh wow, it'd be great to see it again. It's one of those kind of, something about theater is that, it doesn't have, like, theater lives as long as we are doing it.
That is true.
It's not particularly good theater. Good theater, you want to see it again, because whenever a director or an actor interprets the work, it has a new kind of life.
That is true. It definitely can have a new meaning depending upon who's doing it, especially. And the best thing about Kevin is that he has given Put Your Play On Productions free range to put it on how we envision it. So he wrote it. That was his vision. And of course, we're definitely going to stick to his vision. But he did kind of give us free range to kind of maneuver it and just kind of put it on the way we see it. And especially when you get different actors, some things may not feel right. Some things may feel a little bit better. So the one thing I love to do with my actors is give them the option to kind of change some things. It's all written in pencil, which means it can be erased. As long as it makes sense, I can give them free range to kind of change some things. So I'm definitely excited to see what we're able to do with Kevin's play, The Legend of Pink, this fall.
Right. Yeah. And it's set in Oakland, y'all. Oakland.
Yes. West Oakland.
Yeah. Like back in the day. And so it's like, oh my goodness. Yes.
1989 really. To be exact.
Yes. Were you born then?
I was born. You know what? I feel like I was in middle school. I was in middle school. I think I was probably maybe 7th grade or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was coming. I was in those Oakland streets a little bit.
Yeah. And you started, I'm going to read a little bit of your bio. You started showcasing plays in 2008 in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas Metroplex. And then you founded, as you mentioned, Put Your Play On Productions in 2015. You're getting ready to have an anniversary in a couple of years.
Yeah.
One of those, cycles,
yes.
Ciphers. And playwriting, you write, started as an idea with a friend, but continues as the issues addressed continue to plague our community. You're a native of Oakland, California, and your undergraduate studies were accomplished at Grambling State University.
The Grambling
So
State University.
yeah, and you know, you do Black historic colleges, and then you attained your juris doctorate degree from Thurgood Marshall School of Law. I think that's simply phenomenal. So you do work in housing. Is it development? Housing development?
Housing development. Currently, I work for the County of Alameda in their housing community development. We are definitely doing God's work there. We are funding affordable housing projects all across Alameda County, which is so very much needed with the homeless rates as they are, with the people that you see in the streets, and just California not being the most affordable state that you can, live in, even if you have a job. Think of yourself as having a job and having kids, and you still have to pay more than 50% of your income is going towards your rent. How can anybody live like that? So definitely helping out Alameda County and helping out the state of California with housing development in the Housing Community Development Department.
And so I want to know, are you going to share any little teasers from previous shows since this theater has been around for quite a while? You got any teasers you want to share?
You know what? We do have teasers, but unfortunately, I am not even equipped to show any teasers today. We do have videos that people can see. I just don't have it up and ready, which is my fault. Sorry, my apologies, people out there in the world. But definitely, don't worry about it. Come out to see the show. If you know me, you know us, Put Your Play on Productions. We've been out here doing this in the community, especially in the California area and the Oakland area. You know the type of work that we do and the kind of performance that we put on and the type of shows that we put on that you definitely want to see. Come on out to see our Black Centric Showcase on next Saturday. And it's definitely a family fun event. We'll have all kinds of vendors there. We have Addicted Dogs, which is a popular hot dog vendor. We have Nina's Creation selling all organic things for your face, for your body, for your hair. We have Swag Creations, anything you need, glasses, masks, she got the swag for you. We have Moss Juicery, fresh squeeze juice. I mean, he put so much effort and love in his juice. The first time I had it, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get a card. I need to know you. I need to know where you are. We have Nunu's Bakery. She's going to come in with all the sweets and desserts as well as vegan options. We have Yanni Made It, a Black man making candles. Great smelling, long lasting candles. We have Karia Speaks coming in as a community activist to let you know what you can do in your neighborhood and your community to make it better. So we have so many different vendors coming in. So you'll have a full show. You get to do business with Black people. You get to see Black talent, and you get to end Black History Month with a bang. Although we are Black History 365.
Cool, super. So tell us a little bit more about those people that are going to be a part of the showcase. How many of them are veterans? How many are returning? And I don't know, can you share a little bit of your creativity with us, since we don't have any videos?
I know, huh? Definitely. What was I thinking about not being prepared with at least some type of video today? That was, again, audience, that's on me, definitely on me, but not on my preparation for the show in the least bit. So yeah, we have about 9 different performers. As young as Talia, I want to say is about 9 or 10, all the way up till about 43. And they have songs. These are original songs, original raps, and or original monologues and or skits. We have a young lady by the name of Lauren Black. She'll be performing with Aaron, doing things on Black hair. That's one of the things, especially as women, that we get so frustrated about. We spend so much money on, we do so many things with, is our Black hair. What are we doing with it? How are we living with it? Those type of things. We have Shelby. She's going to be coming in She's mixed, so she's Black and white. Where does she fit in into the society as far as Black and white? What stand does she take on the different issues that come up, and how does she fit in, and how does she see herself fitting in? So we have something for everybody for the mixed population. We have Akil Shabazz coming in with, they gave us 28 February, the shortest month in the year. How we only get 28 days to celebrate something that is just that's 365 days of the year. So he'll be coming in with an original song doing positive things such as that. We have Jare B. I Mac Fadashi from the Chi, by way of, he's here in Oakland, but he is by way of Chicago. He will also be performing an original rap as well. Pierre Jones, you want to talk about someone who's going to put on one of the best dramatic monologues. It's called Black Caesar. It is so phenomenal coming in with this dramatic monologue. As stated, we have an ode to August Wilson. We'll be giving you a bit of history on August Wilson, his life, the 10 plays that he has so famously done. That's going to be done by Pamela Terry. She's also going to be doing a scene from Fences. And we have Gary Moore, who's going to be doing a scene from Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And he's going to be doing the part of the incomparable Chadwick Boseman, which was one of his last films before his untimely passing, or should I say his passing, because we all don't know when we're going to go. So of his passing. So we definitely have some great people coming to the stage. We have a young lady by the name of Talia Rochelle. I want to say she's about 9 or 10. She's going to be giving you a little bit of why she is strong, why she is brave, and why she is important, just like Rosa Parks. So we have a dancer, Paris Jackson Jr. This young man, I mean, the things that he does with his body, the moves that he makes to let you know that the revolution is still on, is phenomenal. So we encourage you to come out and see all of these great showcases, all of these great talents, as well as seeing the production of Unapologetically Black, written by Itoro Bassi. That is a dialogue about allyship. It's basically a dialogue, starting a dialogue about allyship between Black and white people, so to speak, being the change that we want to see ushered into the world. But we just don't want you to think surfacely. We want you to think deeply. As you come away from that, think about who else needs an ally. The LGBTQ community, the disabled community, the poverty community, the people who are homeless, they need it. Any and everybody you see needs an ally. Like, we can't go through this world alone at all. So we want you to come away entertained, but also thinking.
Wow. So how did you meet all of these wonderful presenters and artists?
We do a casting call. So for any show that we do, whether it's the Black Centric Showcase or any of the plays that we have, like You Better Ask Somebody Too, Cherish, any type of plays that we do, we always put on a casting call. As stated, you can always go to our website, PUTURPLAYON.com, and hit casting call. You can always submit your information. We're always looking for new talent. So we put out a casting call specifically for the Bay Area, since we're going to be at Laney College. And, hey, they start coming in and start rolling in. And there were so many people who signed up, and we definitely wanted to put on everybody, but we really have to be selective since we have the production of Unapologetically Black thereafter. So we chose the cream of the crop to come on out and entertain everybody.
Yeah. So when you mention Unapologetically Black, is that like a centerpiece?
That is kind of sort of like the centerpiece. That's young lady by the name of Itoro Bassi reached out to us. As stated, she's a phenomenal writer from Nigeria. She used to live here in the States, but she went back to Nigeria, I want to say about 8 years ago or something like that. And she reached out to us. She wrote this phenomenal play called Unapologetically Black, here for facilitating harm reduction services for those in need, Incorporated. So that is kind of like the centerpiece. We did a reading of it in San Francisco at Safe House Arts, which is another great company. And we'll also be putting it on again June 17th in San Francisco at the Yukon Theater for the San Francisco International Arts Festival as well. So if you miss it by chance somehow this time in February, you have another chance to see us in June.
Yeah. Is do you mean the
Yugen? Yugen Theater, yes. I said Yukon.
It's right next door.
I missed the Yugen Theater, yes.
It's right next door to what used to be Theater Artaud.
The Yugen Theater in San Francisco. So yes, we'll be there on June 17th as part of, like I said, the San Francisco International Arts Festival. There's going to be so many different artists there. We'll have, our piece inside of the Juneteenth celebration as well. So we have a lot of different companies involved in the arts festival. And so we have decided to put on let our shows be part of the Juneteenth celebration, because it'll be Juneteenth around that time as well.
Yeah, the Juneteenth weekend, because we got the 17th, 18th is Sunday, and then Monday is Juneteenth.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. So how does this creativity fit in with your career as an attorney? I mean, of course, you represent for the Black folks, right? Like, we want justice, and you know how to do that.
Yeah. You know what? As I first started off, it definitely, even from what I used to do when I practiced as a lawyer, from being a project manager now, it all ties in because it's still helping out the community. As a lawyer, I work for the indigent community. So, you didn't have the resources, you didn't have the funds, but you still needed help and you still had a legal problem. And those are primarily the people that I worked with. And as of now, working in affordable housing area, those are still people who need help. So it really all ties in with, being with the community and still helping out the community with the different projects that we do.
So you grew up in Oakland, so you belong to us.
Yes.
And you grew up, in the Muslim community. You went to Claire Muhammad School and independent Black school. And just your values, which kind of makes sense, put your play on and sort of the sort of your philosophy around theater and arts, around them being a way to strengthen and improve and correct some things in the world and in community, sort of ties. I was wondering if you want to talk any more about some goals, objectives, how people can get involved, maybe not as actors, but maybe just as being supporters, of this kind of community theater.
I would say one of the ways is, if you're not an actor, but maybe you're a writer, maybe someone who is a writer. So one of the things that we always say with Put Your Play on Production is our voice is not the only voice to be heard. So we do put on original plays, we write them ourselves, we direct them and produce them ourselves, but our voice is not the only voice out there. Hence, one of the reasons why we started the Black Centric Showcase, to hear other voices as well. So if you're a writer, you're thinking about being a writer, definitely connect with us. We love to put on other people's works, other folks' works, like Unapologetically Black, like Inshallah, we'll be putting on Kevin Legron's The Legend of Pink this fall as well. So if you have different works that you're like, I wrote it, but I don't necessarily have the energy, strength, time, whatever the case, or the wherewithal to put it on, you can definitely contact us. Another way is to donate. We definitely have a donate button on putyourplayon.com. If you want to donate to our nonprofit to help us continue to be in the community, to put on plays that make you think and make you laugh, you're more than welcome to donate to us as well. Yeah. And just come out to a show.
Right, totally. So tell people once again how they can get tickets and tell them again. I think you said 3 and 7 p.m. at the Odell Johnson Theater, which is on Laney College campus, 900 Fallon in Oakland.
Yes, definitely inviting you out. Put Your Play on Productions is inviting you out and welcoming you out to our 3rd annual Black Centric Showcase. That's going to be at Laney College at the Odell Johnson Theater. That's February the 25th, so next Saturday. We have 2 shows, a 3 p.m. and a 7 p.m. PST. If you, for some reason, you are not able to make it in person, you can still purchase a ticket at a discounted price, and stream online, stream it live. So you'll see it as we see it. We have discounted tickets for students as well, as long as you bring your student ID. Little kids will 100% get in free. So we definitely want you to come out and support the Black talent, support the Black vendors, and support the Black community.
Sure. And I know you have a meeting in 3 minutes.
That's that work side.
Right. And so I just wanted you to talk a little bit about, as we close, just you've been writing plays. Like, you've written so many plays. If you go to the website, folks, you're like, that's a lot of work. and you put them on, and you have a creative team. I look to see if you want to do a shout out, but just the whole idea of writing, like, did you write as a child and an adult? Just sort of like, how you ended up, having such a prolifically gregarious muse. I mean, your muse is like you just churning it out.
You know what? I was an English major, not necessarily for writing, but more for law school. I hadn't ever thought about writing, like, ever. I left that up to my younger sister, Sadiqa Shabazz, who's a gifted and talented writer and actress in her own right in Minnesota. But I left that up to her. One day, one of my friends, Wanda Thomas, she wrote a play called You Better Ask Somebody, and she wrote it with a neighbor, and they put it on, and it was really nice. But afterwards, she and I started talking about it. And she told me what she really wanted to do and how she wanted to go a little bit further and push the envelope. But for religious reasons, the person she was writing with just wouldn't kind of go there. And so she would tell me what she wanted to do. And at that point in time, I was like, well, yeah, if you did that, then you can do this. And so we just kind of started bouncing ideas off of one another and rewrote You Better Ask Somebody, which is about AIDS and HIV, contracting AIDS and HIV, and just it was more aware, it was more factual, it was more of, yeah, this is actually what happens. It doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, how much money you have, how right you're trying to live your life, you too can end up with AIDS and or HIV. It's really all about awareness and the decisions that we make in our everyday lives. And that's how I started writing. From there, it just kind of took off.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, we're definitely going to continue this conversation at another time because, like I said, you are a writing sister. And so anyway, I'm looking forward to the showcase on the 25th. The poetry celebration that I'm hosting will be over before then. so I can do both in the same weekend. So yeah, so wonderful to actually, meet you face to face and continue, the wonderful work that you're doing in the community. Really appreciate it. And it really, does a lot for our lives as Black people, that we have, a facilitator of the arts as well as an artist doing this kind of important work. Arts are what make us human.
Exactly. It's what makes us human. And it keeps us in contact with one another. Honestly, like, you can really identify when you see people on stage, either that is you or that is somebody you know. So you can definitely have that empathy and identify with the things that are going on stage. So definitely art is the way of life.
Right. Yeah. You take good care.
You as well. Thank you.
Welcome. Assalamu alaikum.